Hello, welcome back to the Noise Tournament, September Noise Tournament. I have with me a co-commentator, as is the new trend, John. And John won the regionals up here in the Bay Area at Gamescape North. When was that? Was that in June, July?
It was forever ago, Brian, but it was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, so he placed first in that, had some great games. He notoriously, I don't know if notorious is the right word, but played Kraken a few times in that top 16.
And then I played it at Nationals too, that same deck.
And how did you do in Nationals?
I was second place after Thursday. I got beat by Joe at the very end by 1 point because one of my games went to time. But the Saturday didn't go so good for me. I was like, I was a couple games out of making the cut to 8, but I had some tough
Sounds
times.
pretty good though. Sounds
I
like
got
you
to
did
play
good.
Kraken again, so yeah, it was fun.
Anytime you can play Kraken is a good time. So we have Wayland versus Noise. So yeah, definitely continuing the trend of noise games here from this tournament. The top noise player got one of the nice alternate art noises from Gen Con. You probably got one of those.
Yeah,
huh?
they were great. I love noise, so that's a great prize to add into this tournament. That's pretty cool.
And we have Andrew here on the right playing Abe on the left. Andrew did very well in regionals as well. He came in, he was in the semifinal match, so I guess he placed like top 4, I guess you would call it.
And his shirt is amazing.
And that's the Steve Brule, Dr. Steve Brule from Check It Out shirt. I actually went to a live show with Andrew a few weeks ago, and we picked up those shirts because you got to have a Steve Brule shirt.
And he's got a classic opening here with. Oh wait.
This is not. This is an unusual.
I thought that was a hedge fund, but no, he totally surprised me there.
You thought that was a hedge fund. Okay, so that makes sense. So he's gonna get the hostile takeover to score out the following turn.
That seems like a aggressive play. That works.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think maybe we got like a neural katana there on HQ?
Add a Wayland, that'd be something, wouldn't it?
I don't know. He seems to be baiting him into HQ. Is that what I'm seeing there?
Yeah, I wonder what his other options were. What made him decide that was the move? Maybe he has a couple snares in hand or something.
He might have maybe not really had another econ option, and that's really just that's a good econ.
Right, set it up for next turn. Sure.
Yeah, so he does have agendas in hand. He has Atlas, and I couldn't tell what the other one was. Looked like it might have been a 5-3 though. No, it would have been the hostile takeover. Yeah. So he has a hostile and an Atlas in hand. So man, hopefully he could end the run there on HQ.
Just say, come on, get it.
Yeah, he must have something like an Ice Wall or a Quandary on HQ then. He's just feeling like it's going to be secure. So Noise here is just doing some setup. Got a Jin out and got a Cash out.
He's got his Millen going here.
Got the Millen going. That's a She-Q. That is a She-Q out of Wayland. What is going on?
Okay, I want to see this deck. Right? I want to see this deck play out.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought that was the She-Q. The shape on there made me think She-Q. She-Q's the door. Okay. So that's actually
what is he saying, do you think? What card is he calling?
Yeah, I heard it. Sorry, you don't have the audio of this, I don't think. But I do. So he called Aesops.
Nice call, because you know that Noise is going to want to throw that out.
Yeah, definitely. You see Cash. I mean, every Noise has Cash, but like it's very likely they're going to have Aesops.
Yeah, but they're only going to play one, so if he hadn't played that Cash yet, I might be tempted to call it. I also might be tempted to say, Data Sucker or Parasite too, right? Depending on what his ice is that's out.
I wish you could just call Virus. So he scores. Oh, that is a government contracts.
Wow.
That's really unfortunate.
That kills his.
And there's the Aesops down. Look, that was a hard counter right there.
That didn't feel good. So this Noise is getting off to a good start here.
And he doesn't really have enough for punitive either, so that was a great score. And he sees an Ice Wall on the top of R&D for that last one.
And he's not resin any ice here.
No, I don't think he has the money, really.
No. He needs, what, $2 to score.
Yeah.
So that ice might cost more than 3.
Right. Or he also really wants to make sure he can score out res HQ ice. So if that was even like a 3 res cost, he then maybe couldn't res HQ.
I don't against this Noise build. You see Noise with Aesops and Cash and stuff, and I'm not as worried about. Maybe a Vamp would be coming, but
well, just because he has the agendas in HQ right now is the only reason.
He did show.
So now he got the hostile takeover out of hand there, giving Noise a bad pub though this early in the game. And he's not getting any of his econ yet. That targeting marking was definitely unfortunate.
That was a setback, and I don't know. saying Aesop's was an interesting choice.
I think that's fine.
He just wanted to score the one
Data
time,
Sucker,
right? So.
If the cash hadn't been played yet, I would have certainly called cash. I think that would have been my first call against Noise.
I agree. Lately, that's in almost every Noise deck I see. I think that's the reason people are playing Noise again. But he was good before that. People just didn't.
Yeah, cash definitely gave him a big boost, and some people are playing the Hades shard, which I do see in hand.
Okay, and I'm not familiar with that one, so that's
a resource that if you run on Archives, I believe it is, you can install it for free instead of accessing. Otherwise, it's a 7 install cost, and it's just trash it, and you access all cards in Archives.
So that's a good Jackson counter if you can play it straight out, and then he doesn't have time to use his Jackson.
Well, he'd always have time to use Jackson Howard before you...
No, not if you played it hard out of hand, right? Because then you're not done with your turn. You can pop it immediately.
Yeah.
And now if you did it with the replacement effect off the run...
Yeah, off the run...
I think...
I guess...
I don't know when the window...
I can't think of the timing of that right now, but I feel like there's some conditions. Well, that was a bold play there. I think that might have been the agenda.
Really?
I think it might have been.
Just sent it out there, huh?
It was a little bit hard to tell, but I might be basing that off of me knowing how Andrew plays this game, which is fast and loose.
Well, he's got to be feeling a little pressure. The Noise has got... he's got a Cyber Feeder out with Jin, so he can pull out those cheap viruses and just mill away.
He has a couple Parasites. Can't use them yet, but...
And he's defending the Archives, so maybe something...
That's a Viper down?
Maybe something got milled off the top.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, no, because otherwise he's defending against Data Suckers. I think there was an agenda.
He also could just, it's a good tax. It's going to lose him a click.
Yeah, so Viper will lose him a click on the trace. The first trace and the second trace will end the run. Looks like he's buying his way through. That might be a Jackson Howard down. They're figuring out some math here. Oh, there's nothing there.
Good. Biotic and Wayland. This is...
Oh, so this is an awkward thing.
Oh, he wanted to replace his
Hades
shard.
shard.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's unfortunate. You really have to check now with your opponent.
You do need to check every step. You're right.
I really don't like how the shards work. That they come, any of the cards that come out of hand, it's not really Netrunner in my mind.
It just creates
Netrunner,
that
you could always,
awkwardness of like, oh wait,
Yeah.
So
it's worse than subliminal messaging even, because at least subliminal is down, like it's in Archives. This is just a total surprise thing. So he's deciding if he wants to put the Parasite down.
He's got 2 in hand, and he's got a Deja Vu, which he probably wants to save for cash, but...
It'd be nice to have a Parasite and a cash to pull back on the Deja Vu.
You
can get that going.
I think Noise usually wants to get another cash out and Deja Vu both the cash back, and then get 2 cheap mills and a bunch of money again if he can, but...
Alright, so he uses Jackson Howard and gets a hedge fund.
He's starting to get his economy going.
Wayland's econ is up and coming here. He's ahead of Noise here. Is Noise credits? I'm not sure how he's tracking it. There's credits around the box here.
I see stacks of ones. Is that his money, or is he?
I'm not entirely clear. Like players track their money differently. And,
are you a fan of dice or of? I know that's a big debate.
Always counter. I mean, for money, I'm always a fan of counters of some. I don't like dice money. Dice for Parasites or whatever is fine,
Okay, you're like a hybrid.
Yeah, hybrid. I like to see the money. It's a little bit hard to read dice across the table, but then again, like there are times where a player will kind of be hiding a 5 under a 1, and you won't totally realize it.
Okay, so he Aesoped his Data Sucker, and then he's playing a second Parasite.
You're right.
This is quite an interesting choice of actions.
The second Parasite on the same ice, without a Grimoire out yet.
Yeah. I wonder what he's...
It's a little unusual.
I see a clone chip in hand, so he can... Maybe he's going to... Because you'd think he'd want the Data Suckers to use to amp up his Parasites, but...
Yeah, I guess... So at the time, he had no money, so maybe it was just one of those calls where he just needed
$3, maybe.
Yeah, needed $3. It does look like he's tracking his money on the Noise card.
So he was broke.
Yeah.
We've got a scoring remote coming out here. Is he advancing the ice? Oh, okay, no.
Install advanced, and what was being advanced was a little unclear. So that Viper has one more turn.
Okay, so is that an Atlas, you think, or?
I think he might have drawn a geothermal.
Or a geothermal. That would be even more money coming. So.
I'm not really sure. He's flipping his cards around here. I can't quite tell what he has in hand.
What about that double parasite on the Archives ice? That is interesting.
And what's weird about that too is the runner already knows those face down cards
aren't actually agendas. I mean, I'm sure he's going to get some more mills here. He has a clone chip out. And
I missed what the Jackson Howard put back in.
We were talking. And he still has that face down card just sitting out. Maybe that's a second Jackson, or
that must not be the agenda that I thought it might have been. I'm not sure what that is.
Well,
could be a trap.
He had that down when he put that second Jackson out, so it's probably not another Jackson. Did you say you? Oh no, you did not see a GQ. You mistook that. Okay.
No, it was just the artwork of target marking. When I saw it in hand, it was the shape of the rectangle. I thought was a GQ.
This noise is not running too much. You see a lot of noises that do that sit back and just build and mill and build and mill. What do you think? Is that good against Wayland, or do you think you need to attack Wayland a little harder, like going for that remote or something?
Against Wayland, I mean, I don't play noise enough to really, get an idea of what noise players should be doing in this matchup. But against Wayland, I would be certainly running into those centrals a little bit more. I'd want them to be rezzing that ice just to slow down their economy a little bit, because I feel like against Wayland, you're going to see a lot of end the run, and you're going to see archers. So you want to run into those archers when you don't really have programs you care about.
Exactly, and it's not like he's not afraid to run for fear of C-Source Scorch, because he's running into Archives,
Yeah.
Earlier.
He does not. I would definitely be worried about that. Running this low on money against Wayland is definitely risky. He does have the disruptive noise ability that he has been using somewhat effectively, so that you could take a gamble. You're going to be hitting the C-Source with that,
Yeah, you almost hope to. Or, he has Jin. You have to assume there's an imp in that deck. I would want to see maybe getting an imp out and attacking that hand. Get some more information.
Yeah, we definitely need to be seeing some HQ and R&D runs here.
Yeah, I think I would be attacking HQ pretty hard, because he wants the ice res so he can parasite it out of the way, and then he can try to imp some key pieces out, right?
That was a clone ship install, getting a cash out. So that was 2 credits for 3 credits in the mill.
Yeah.
I don't think
he's going to Aesop's it, so it's going to give him 3 more. But he really wants that Grimoire right now, probably.
So he did hit an Atlas in that, probably in that cash install.
And then he went in and got it, so he's not afraid of C-Source here. Is this a 5-3 that he pushed out the hard way?
That is he just advanced it one more time. Yeah. So there's the geothermal.
So more money, more bad pub coming.
Yeah, if he can make the flatline happen, if he could get the C-Source and Scorches, then he was drawing for him too. Now's the time to execute on that.
Yeah, he's on the clock, because that mill is going to maybe hit another one without him having to even run, and that's pretty close, especially if he has any 5-3s.
He's only at 3 versus 5. At this point, I would give this game to Noise. It's looking better for Noise here. But he does have a lot of ice in hand. So he has ice and he has money, which is what you need to get out of a hole.
And the threat of a flatline, hopefully, which Noise doesn't seem to be respecting at this point. But
yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. We've seen a good
sometimes
amount of cards
you have to play that way. Though you can't just sit back and let Wayland, assume they constantly have it. You have to, just go in sometimes and enforce the issue.
Yeah, and the longer you wait, the worse
the more
it
likely
gets statistically.
They are to get the pieces. You're right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I would.
So he's drawing. He's definitely drawn. I think he's drawn for Plascrete would be my guess, but he's not getting it.
So you run Plascrete as Noise, or do you just try to imp the killer pieces out of the hand?
I think at this point in the game, and especially at this point in the meta here up in the Bay Area in Berkeley, I would run imp. I'd run maybe a couple imps.
I'm the same kind of aggressive player. I would go for imp play, because it's more utilitarianly useful in any other matchup. It gives you extra deck space for other stuff, because you're going to run it. You're going to run imp anyway. But especially if you have Jin to go get it in this matchup,
Yeah, I would certainly do that, but I don't know if most Noise players are doing that.
Okay, this is another mill, and that's a nerve agent here, right? It looks like.
That is a nerve agent, yeah. He tried to put down a second Aesop's, but you can't do that because he's unique.
I did see that at the time, yeah. He's going to try to Aesop's his Aesop's.
Okay, here we go. Some more aggressive play. I like this.
This is ice out.
Yeah, this is a good. I think that's a good scoring window here. No breakers out. Noise at. I think that's about 4 money. Getting another 3 though.
And he's
so
got the bad punt,
7.
and the daily cast is trickling in, but
yeah. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good shot here of scoring this out. My guess would be that's an Atlas. I think he had an Atlas in hand this whole time, so I think that's a 1 advanced Atlas.
That would make sense. Yeah. You can get the extra counter on it.
And in terms of ice, I would not be surprised if one of those was an Archer.
And at this point, you can kill the Djinn and the Nerve Agent. So yeah, you might res it. I don't know.
But I would also guess that he has an ice wall behind that or in front of it. That would be my guess on ice makeup. Because I think he has a Grim in hand still, and he had a Grim before. So it might not be an Archer. Oh my god.
Oh jeez. He just ran in and took that?
Yeah. Oh, and look, that was the Atlas down that whole time.
Oh, man. Those mills were fantastic for Noise this time.
Oh, look at that. So he had the win on the next turn.
He did.
He had the win because he had a biotic in hand.
That is a sneaky play. I like it a lot. Noise mills the win before he can pull it off.
And there was 2 other possible wins
that
on
was
the table.
Do you see that? That's sitting down face out or face down the whole time.
Yeah.
Just right out there.
That was the Atlas that he just threw down. See, I know how Andrew plays, and he'll just do that.
He was definitely feeling the pressure, but he just played it cool.
That was an extremely close game.
I like how he set up the other scoring remote and just left that agenda out there instead of trying to protect it and score it out. That was interesting. Those noise mills were precise that game.
Yeah, those were good snipes. So Andrew wouldn't have won that turn, but he would have bioticked and scored out that whatever that shard is.
That would have put him at 6. You're right.
That would have put him at 6. Yeah, but then he had the other win on the table. So if Noise didn't run that agenda,
yeah.
But yeah, Noise got. Did he get all the agenda? He got 2 Atlases, and then he took that 5-3 off of R&D.
I thought it was out of hand at the beginning, but I don't remember.
Out of hand.
I don't remember for sure. Where he was running a little bit before that.
No, he was running on R&D towards the very start of the game before the hostile takeover was run, and he got it off there. And then he got the 2 Atlases with the mills. So that was good.
Yeah, sometimes Noise comes up big for you with those mills, and he gets the cards you need to get.
Yeah, that was a good game. So it looks like they're going to get another game going here. We'll look this one over and see if we want to commentate this one. But that's the game. Do you want to say anything else about it?
That was a good match.
All right. We will have more soon. Thanks for watching.